Personal culture. Personal culture. That is what I want us to think about and talk about on this week's episode of Minutes with Minister Mike. Personal culture. When you hear the words personal culture, most especially when you hear the word culture, what comes to your mind? As always, I will advise you to first think about the word culture and find a meaning for yourself before you listen to my point of view about it. Because all this video is all about teaching you, but it is from my point of view. So, culture, what does it mean to you? Personal culture, what does it mean to you? Let us define it like this. Personal culture is the set of values, the set of beliefs, the set of behaviors, the set of attitudes that define who you are and that guide how you live your life. Personal culture is the set of values that define who you are, is the set of beliefs that guide how you live your life, is the set of behaviors that define who you are, is the set of attitudes that guides how you've decided to live your life. So let me ask you this week. What is your personal culture? What is your personal culture? Or let me ask it in another way. Do you even have a personal culture? Do you have the set of beliefs that define who you are, that guides how you live your life? Do you have a set of behaviors that you intentionally curated, that you intentionally inculcated, that define who you are and that guides the way you live your life? Do you have the set of attitudes that you chose to imbibe that define who you are and that also guides how you live your life? That is what I want you to think about this week. We have national culture, we have family culture, but this week I want you to think about culture as it relates to you, personal culture. So there are key things, there are key insights that I want us to think about this. Number one is, if you want to have a personal culture, to develop a personal culture, intentionality is key. You have to be very intentional. You don't just act because you have to act. You don't just behave because you have to or ought to behave. No, you are so intentional about how you behave. You are so intentional about what you say. You are so intentional about what you think. Intentionality is key. Cultivating a positive personal culture requires intentionality. You have to be intentional, or else you will just assume you are behaving the way you want to behave, not knowing that you are behaving the way other people expect you to behave, or how you see other people behave. So you have to be intentional. You have to be deliberate about the values and the beliefs that you adopt. You can't just believe anything because it is popular. You can't just adopt any habits because it is trending on TikTok or because it is trending on Instagram. No, you have to be deliberate about the values you adopt, about the beliefs you adopt. You don't just believe something because the person that said you should believe it is popular. You don't just assume and adopt a set of principles because it is so-called written in the Bible or the Quran. And no, you have to decide, how does this affect me and how will this benefit me? Do you understand me? So it's important for you to be intentional. Intentionality is key. You think, you reflect on what matters to you. Do you understand me? You reflect on what matters to you, on what aligns with your actions, on what aligns with your principles. The actions that you engage in must align with the principles that inform your culture. The action that you engage in must align with the principle that inspires your culture. Do you understand me? So that is what is important. Intentionality will help you to be consistent. If you are not intentional about the culture you want to see in your life, you can't do it for a long time. All right, you can't do it for a long time. So when you are intentional, you will be consistent, and you will also be a person of integrity. You will be able to do what you say you will do, act the way you say you are. Also, for you to have a personal culture, you have to embrace authenticity. You cannot have a set of beliefs, you cannot have a set of behaviors or attitude if you are not an authentic person, or else the behaviors or attitude you are showing are just so-called maybe assumed from the culture, assumed from the environment. Do you understand me? So intentionality is one, authenticity is the second. Authenticity, I believe, is the cornerstone of a strong personal culture. If you want to develop a very strong personal culture, you have to be an authentic person. You can't be fake. Do you understand me? You have to be real. You have to be vulnerable enough to say, this is who I am, this is how I behave, this is how I'm improving, this is how I'm growing, this is how I'm becoming better. Authenticity is going to be very important. So this week, I want you to be true to yourself, all right? To embrace your unique abilities. There are things that are uniquely yours. So be true to those things. That is how you develop a strong personal culture. Authenticity will attract genuine people, genuine connections, and it will develop trust with other people. People will be able to trust you, and you also will be able to trust people because you are authentic and they are authentic too. So everybody will be able to work together in harmony and in trust. That is one key thing for you to use in code, for you to be able to develop a personal culture, authenticity. Also, you have to respect the unique contribution that you bring to the table. That is how you develop personal culture. Every one of us brings something worthwhile to the table. Every one of us has an opinion. We have something to contribute. So you have to be able to respect your own unique contribution. Or else, if you don't respect your contribution, you will assume you don't even carry enough power. You will assume you don't know anything. You will assume that other people are better than you. But when you respect your own unique contribution, you will be able to develop a strong personal culture. So this week, I want you to nurture your unique contribution. You have to have deep respect for your skills. All right, you have to have deep respect for your experiences. What you've gone through in 20 years, 40 years, 70 years is not a joke. So you have to be able to respect those experiences. You have to be able to respect those skills for you to be able to nurture your personal culture. Also, positive environment will enhance this personal culture that we're talking about. Surround yourself with positive environment that supports your personal culture. That is the advice I'm giving you this week. You cannot grow a strong personal culture if your environment is full of negativity, if the people around you are mere hypocrites, are just sycophants, if they are not real, if they are not authentic, if they are just overtly competitive, bickering. You cannot grow a personal culture like that. So surround yourself with a positive environment. A supportive environment will reinforce your beliefs, all right? A supportive environment will provide you a solid foundation for your success. So I want you to go this week and also remember that building relationships will help you to develop a strong personal culture. Personal culture plays a crucial role in building meaningful relationships in whatever sphere, professional, family, personal, friends. You have to develop a strong personal culture for you to be able to build meaningful relationships. When you interact with other people based on respect, based on integrity, based on authenticity, you will discover that you start developing strong connections with one another. These relationships are valuable relationships, right? And they become prosperous based on personal cultures that are involved. So when my personal culture is not fighting against yours, we grow together. But when it is in disagreement, you discover that the relationship withers away. All right. So building relationships will help you to have a strong personal culture. Let me run this up this way. But before I go, I want you to subscribe to this channel. I want you to share this video with people, as many people as possible. I want you to also leave a comment so that I will know what you're gaining and I will know your perspective about what I'm talking about. And finally, make sure you're on the notification bell so that whenever I drop a new video, you will be the first to see it. Thank you for your value. I appreciate your attention. So finally this week, I want you to align your actions with values. Align all your actions, anything that you do, align them with value system. Ensure that your daily actions align with your beliefs. Your daily actions align with your value system. Your daily action is consistent. Do you understand? There is consistency between what you believe and what you do. There is consistent. If there is consistency, if there is no consistency, you will not develop a strong personal culture. So make sure this week that whatever you say you will do and what you do are in sync. All right, whatever you say you will do or whatever you do and your value system and your principles are together. Do you understand me? So go this week and develop a strong personal culture. It makes your life easier and it makes you leave a lasting legacy. So this week, personal culture is what I want you to develop. Thank you, and I will talk to you next week. Bye for now.